Saiyan MGTOW here with over 9,000 opinions. Welcome to the video. Chivalry is rare until the CC ends. Now, first of all, when I originally titled this video and started writing, I looked up chivalry definition and found that my definition was very different from Google's. I bet if you asked 100 people, including me from a couple days ago, what is the definition of chivalry? They would almost all reply, it means respecting women. Chivalry is when a man goes above and beyond to help a woman get the door open, or avoid a puddle, or avoid the cold by giving her a jacket. Chivalry is the respect that men give women because of the natural differences between the sexes. It's part of being a gentleman, because women are precious angels and beautiful flowers that inherently deserve favors. It separates the men who disrespect women from the men who are kind and thoughtful and are fully embracing their role as a man. However you want to see that. So that is the colloquial definition. But Google thinks that chivalry is this: the combination of qualities expected of an ideal knight, especially courage, honor, courtesy, justice, and a readiness to help the weak. It's doing what's right. It's valor. It's being loyal and honest. Women are barely mentioned. Kind of makes you wonder. So women just adopted this value system and made it all about them. Yep. I guess men helped them do this too, but it makes you wonder, what other customs have some women and simps now made all about women? Marriage. Marriage used to be all about the guy. Women were property, unfortunately, but it's true. It was an arrangement between a father and a young man. Now, marriage is pretty much all about the woman. It's her big day. Yes, he's the groom, but she's the bride. Many people don't care about alimony for men or divorce courts or family courts favoring women because they think that marriage is for the women. If a woman is going to be separated from a marriage, then she needs to be compensated for that fully. Okay, girlfriend? The man gets on his knee and begs for the woman to marry. It's her prize. Marriage is a literal gift for women. He bends the knee, Your Grace, to obey. She gets the ring of power. But Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings references aside, back to chivalry. I just thought it was interesting that the definition was very different from what I thought it was. So the remainder of this video will not talk about Google's definition of chivalry, which I think is great and on the rise for everyone to do. Colloquial chivalry, however, meaning the way we all use it, is when men treat women like little delicate flowers to be helped and not offended, and think women deserve favors simply because they are women. It's the role of a respectable man. That will only return when most women between the ages of 20 to 28 take human womanhood more seriously. When women stop putting out and seek future baby daddies to build a family with. Then men will be cued to embrace chivalry to win women's hearts and build a family. Because the women stop putting out, unless chivalry is what they get. Now, I'm not saying I want colloquial chivalry to return, because I don't. I'm just saying what has to happen for it to return. But I do think natural gender roles can be great. Now, I want to be very clear here. I don't like gender roles as an expectation. I've even made a video about it. I like freedom and diversity more than that. But I do like basic and natural gender roles as expressed by our existence as men and women. I think it's cool that men playing football definitely is a better watch than women playing football. It's cool that women's ballet is definitely a better watch than men's ballet. Most women naturally want to pick out the crap for the wedding, and most men naturally want to chop wood. That is our natural gender role, in general, but I'm okay with that. It's great, in fact. Gender expectations, though, those should be non-existent. No gender role expectations. But playing into your natural gender role is like playing to your advantage. It's like when you're a wizard class in a video game. Don't level up your strength. Don't level up your sword play or other items. Level up your spells. Play the role for your team, too, not just yourself. If you're a med class, heal people. Don't be the first to get downed. Video games teach a lot. But anyways, women need to stop putting out unless the guy is chivalrous if they ever want chivalry to return. But why is chivalry gone in the first place? Because chivalry doesn't make any sense anymore. Straight up doesn't make any sense. Because bedroom fun is casual now in our society. It's like blowing your nose. Not with me, and it shouldn't be like that. And I'm totally aware of the record number of people who aren't getting any at all. But speaking about the people who do go on dates, in general, right now, there is nothing natural gender role-wise different about women. They're just like men. And that's what many of them asked for. They wanted to sleep around and burp and talk about their shits in public, just like some nasty and hilarious men do, and not take the man's last name, and to pretend like women are just as physically strong as men, and be bosses and CEOs, and be respected as hard labor workers as long as they did a good job, and never have kids or even never date men. They wanted to use sex for fun, like a video game, and use men for money, and use men for attention, and offer up their vag to any consenting adult they wanted to, and film it, and put it on the internet. And they still expected chivalry. Right. And for the record, I support women having the right to do all of those things. For real, I do. And I never want that right to change. And I would even support a lot of that. And fight for most of those rights. But many men and women have forgot about one thing. The next generation. We should be proud to think of ourselves as tools to have kids. As yins and yangs dancing around each other, creating life. We are supposed to be respecting ourselves so that we respect our kids' future. If you are out here sleeping around with dozens of people, why would you expect to be respected? Sex is a spiritual exchange, at least it should be. Life is a spiritual exchange, at least it should be. I would love to live in a world where male and female sluts are a very rare breed. Where that hot girl you ask out has dated around with a bunch of guys, but nothing physical. Or only very rarely does she allow a man to get that close. Because she is saving the vast majority of that part of her for her life partner. I want to see when procreation is what's cool, not sex. Sex is just the cherry on top. At least it should be. And it's okay to like the cherry the most. But don't eat a whole bowl of cherries and think you still have room and time for some ice cream. How much are you gonna like that bowl of ice cream after an entire bowl of cherries? You're gonna be pretty full already. Procreation, not sexual pleasure, is the most honest and pure and potent motivator for colloquial chivalry. And for Google's definition of chivalry. Now, if men stopped putting out, if we all decided through our culture to take sex and honor and valor and the next generation seriously, I think women would catch on and they would do the same. That's the cultural shift that is happening right now. It's starting with men. Hashtag MGTOW. But I believe the pendulum will swing too far, though. That's why I don't want chivalry to return. I prefer women being more badass than that. But many men would love to step into their natural role and be super respectful to the people who go through menstruation and pregnancy and the people who aren't as tall or strong or as fast. In general. And I think if women made this change first, if they stopped making kids an afterthought, chivalry would happen even faster after men caught on, and we would return to our natural roles in nature. And even I would be on board with most of that. We would all be at our most powerful once again. But chivalry only returns after women stop putting out. After women desire motherhood and being sexually reserved, sexual respect, because after all, modern day chivalry, the term as we all use it today, not Google's definition, is all about women. Saiyan MGTOW here with over 9,000 thank yous for